Oh my god, that's the police guy. Cops, guys. Because when it came to sitting in front of investors, the question was, how big is the market? And I was like, I don't know, like on average, 60% of the country. And I still remember, I got a notice. It was a legal notice, and it was for one of the product names. But I had to tell her, I have 90 days of stock left, and it's all printed. My business will die. It's a very lonely journey, and you're gonna have to say no to so many things. I think at the end of the day, grit wins over talent and even funding money. It doesn't matter how much money you raise or how good your relationships are with people, but if you don't want to stick around, you're not going to be able to do it.
Up down, तो यार that's part of the business. Up down नहीं होगा if it's all smooth sailing, मतलब you are going very slow.
Welcome to the first episode of First Principles, where we go on the ground and meet different businesses to decode their business. Today we met the founder of Fix My Curls, Anshita Mehrotra.
In the second year only, they did a massive revenue jump from 1 CR to directly 7 CR. That was really inspiring. That was a really boom.
So hi Anshita.
Hi
Back
guys.
to First Principles by High School, episode 1. I'm Sanyu D'Souza and
My name is Krish Bhatia, and thanks for giving us time. And today we'll start knowing you better, knowing about how Fix My Curls happened, what was the background story of it, how you cracked your first 100. So we'll start from the basic.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
Maybe something about you first.
No, firstly, thank you for having me. I feel so honored to be on episode 1. I get to start this. That's a lot of pressure also, performance pressure. But firstly, my name is Anshita. Anshita Mehrotra. I started Fix My Curls back in 2019. So I think when I was 17, I had gone down to Vancouver to study at UBC for my undergrad. Initially, I thought that I will be basically a communications and media student.
Okay.
And then I thought I'll go into journalism. And I have never been a very good student in terms of giving exams and stuff. I'm not a good student in that sense. Okay. I'm great at talking to people. I'm a good leader. I have great managerial skills. Basically, I can empathize with somebody sitting in front of me and understand them, right? However, college mein, of course, exams are very important. I was not very good at exams. So I didn't get into the journalism school. In the second year, I had to switch my major to psychology.
Okay.
I was very unhappy with it. And so I tried 6 months ke liye, but I didn't understand why am I doing this? Why am I studying this? And I also had been a big believer of ki college is not necessary. I used to be that person. So I didn't believe in constructive learning, which is why I love programs like what you guys are doing basically is an example for me of what I love. But at that time, nothing like that was there. So I came back from Vancouver. I took a semester off. In that semester off, I realized how horrible my mental health was there. I've talked about this a lot online as well, about how important it is to understand sort of where you are mentally and why you're doing what you're doing. Because I realized, I loved to write. I loved being creative, but psychology was definitely not my calling. And I was doing it for no reason. And I felt like I was wasting a lot of money.
Right.
By being so far away. It was very expensive.
Right.
So I came back home, and just to give you background, I've grown up in a family where basically my dad built his company first, which was it's a pharma company where he exports pharmaceuticals to Cambodia. So I grew up there.
Right.
I grew up in Cambodia, not India.
Yeah.
So I did not speak Hindi until I was 9. I used to speak French. I used to speak English. Those are my major languages. Yeah. So then when I moved here when I was 9, I started learning Hindi actually for the first time. I had to let go of French. And of course, when I moved here, that's when my mom started her business. So we had a second business in the family. Hers was Fix Derma. She started manufacturing skincare, and then she realized almost 5-6 years in that she wants to manufacture it herself. So they put down money to build a manufacturing unit. And that manufacturing unit is where my story starts. So if she had not built a manufacturing unit, I would have never been able to build hair products for myself. But when I came here, I was just complaining to my mom ki, how do I find products for my hair? I just started wearing my hair naturally. Now I think I should straighten them again. What do I do? Right? I have no other option. India mein koi bhi nahi bech raha hai. So see, my parents are very keen, to fir apne aap karo. Banao. And I was like, aise kaise? Like, I don't know the first thing about building products. So they told me, firstly, to order all of your products, we'll give you a research and development wala budget.
Okay.
Then you go and try to create them, recreate them in the lab with Indian ingredients that are available here for cheaper. Okay. So if somebody there is using avocado oil, you use sunflower oil. That's more commonly available to us.
Okay.
And see if it makes a huge difference.
Right.
And honestly, it didn't. And that's how I built the first 5 products. This is genuinely how it happened. And then I think once I realized, oh my God, ye to actually kaam kar raha hai, we made 6 other samples. So it took me from January 2019 to July 2019 to create the products and have them sitting in front of me. And then this was what was invested in my business, basically, was the R&D amount, which was around 50,000 rupees in imported products, plus 12 lakhs in inventory. And then in August, when I launched Fix My Curls, we did approximately 60,000 rupees in revenue in the first month on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
And I had built a few organic funnels on just Instagram. So I had been DMing literally hundreds of random people. So like if I see you and I see your profile, I'd see you have curly hair, right? I DM people like you. Mostly I DM'd women, but like I would send them a cold DM ki, hey, my name is Anshita. I'm building something called Fix My Curls. I'm going to be launching on Amazon. Please try the products. If you hate them, I promise I'll refund. Like take this as a personal promise, but just try them.
So like at that point, did you like you had started your content creation journey, or you had like
Content creation nahi. Like it was just, I literally was picking up ideas from Pinterest and I was posting like a mood board, and I called the page Fix My Curls.
Okay.
And a lot of curly hair people started following because I was posting quotes.
Right.
I was posting like ocean ki photo, like anything. Ki like people just follow the page, and I kept DMing people from June, July, because June mein pretty much the batch was finalized. July mein the production came. I had labels. So I started clicking pictures. I started telling people about it. I started telling them about the scent and everything. I was selling a 5-step bundle. I had no sense. Okay. I was like, ki bas log khareed lenge, it's fine. I think I had a very privileged mindset at that time. I was like, 4,000 rupees ka product hai, khareed lenge, 5 products aa rahe hain isme. How can we not see value for money in this? It's almost like a liter of products. Of course, people were kind enough, and I did do sales that month, but 2 months in, I introduced 50 mls and I introduced bundles. I learned to make duos. I changed pricing because people only told me, look, I've bought it once, but I'm trying to get my friend to buy it, but they don't want to buy it.
Right.
Because it's for 4,000 rupees.
Right.
So my early believers was a small group, but a good enough group that I did that much revenue. Now I'll tell you, once I did that much revenue, it was my dad who said to me, like I had to fly out 2 weeks later.
Okay.
For London.
Right.
I was gonna go and then Fix My Curls एक project हो जाता बस कि किया हो गया दिखता रहेगा back end में मैं वापस आ जाऊंगी once I finish my degree. That was the plan. But he said nobody is going to pay you 60,000 rupees as a journalism major. Just letting you know. You're not getting a job, most likely. You're going to have to be an intern at some media house. That's the best bet. So think about it. You have a business here. And I think because he said it like that, yeah, I was like, you're very right. Nobody's going to pay me, most likely. And there's something here. And I think it was very scary for me because I was letting go of an undergrad degree. And see, whatever you think, a lot of people look down on you when you tell them कि I'm a dropout.
Right.
They immediately think कि आपसे पढ़ाई हो नहीं पाई. और अगर ये business fail हो गया, तब तो मुझे पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी, right? But I think having your parents believe in you is very, very important. So that was the first step. And once they said that, I was like, okay, I will not go. So I got my deposits back for everything that I had set up there. And I was able to stay back and then run the business. And that's when I officially started. And from then till when COVID ka first year was sort of over, I remember once lockdown opened up and everybody was out and about. That was our first year of like 1 crore, basically 1.2 crores in revenue. happened that very next year. I won't say who I was competing with, but us time pe nobody was selling sulfate-free, paraben-free, wax-free, mineral oil-free, silicone-free shampoo, conditioners, and other products. We were the first people to officially talk about it, to educate people. Very few brands were doing founder-first marketing. So I did a lot of things that other people wouldn't do. And the reason is because I was also very naive, right? I was a kid. I was 19. I was like, kya farak padta hai? I don't know. Nobody was, I didn't have a mindset ki business plan banana hai. Fir mujhe investors ke paas jana hai. Like I did everything that maybe people tell you shouldn't do. If a customer complained, I would put it on my stories and be like, this customer told me ki ye galat hai, to hum log badalne wale hain. Agle batch mein ye nahi hoga. But today people don't do that. They hide it. Ki like, oh my God, how have we made a mistake? Isko jaldi se fix karo. So I think then I was building with people and they helped me build. The real journey began, I would say, 2021. When I got my first office, I had more than 5 employees. I think I had 6, 7 employees in total. That's the year we did 7.2 crores.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that jump was probably the biggest jump. And if you ask me, how did you do that? Honestly, I'm going to tell you, like, I don't know how I did that. Bas pata nahi kaise ho gaya from 1.2 to 7.2. And trust me, it was I wish I knew kaise hua, because after that 7.2, I was not able to recreate such fast growth again. Because 7.2 se we only went to 9.1 the year after, which was 22 to 23. That was the year I started looking for funding. And again, like in the middle of all of this, the growth was happening because we were doing really well on influencer marketing. We had a very niche group of people that were talking about something nobody else was talking about, right? Like imagine sare big giants in the industry. I'm not going to say any names, but all of the big personal care brands, nobody cared about curly hair at all. They would make it a taboo. They would use my hair as your before picture or after picture, seedhe baal, right? So what we were talking about was very like, we were breaking a taboo in the country by saying that you can keep your hair like this. So I think that is what worked for us. But that 1.2 to 7.2 jump is also thanks to marketplaces. We finally onboarded Flipkart. That year we were on a curly hair marketplace also that was doing really well for us. We were on marketplaces like Vanity Wagon, Sublime Life, Kind Life. And then of course, my worst year was the year from 7.2 to 9.1 crores. That growth was horrible. And it was the worst year because I didn't know what to do with all that money. Imagine jumping from 1 crore to 7 crores. You have no idea what's happened. Suddenly you have to hire many, many, many people and you're making mistakes hiring. So I was making so many mistakes because I was very overwhelmed. Ki ye kaise ho gaya? Ab kya kare? We're profitable also. Immediately I threw the profits into another project. So I took a huge risk with a brand ambassador or wo flop ho gaya. Because my competitor came in with a better brand ambassador in the same month and we were wiped. So all of that money minus. Now I look back at it and I'm like, oh my God, what a classic mistake I made. But I think I'm बहुत excited हो जाते हो. तो मैंने बहुत बड़ा budget किया. I can't tell you there were 100 crew members for that brand ambassador. I wasted all of the profits I made that financial year were gone. And suddenly I was a loss-making business. And then I was like, oh my God, 2 years profit. Now we're loss-making. How do I turn this around? That year, thankfully, we reversed our losses 2023 to 24, but was not easy. And then 2024, last year was when we raised our seed round with our wonderful cap table, which is Amazon, Amazon Sambhav Fund, DSG, and IQ. So of course, when I got that almost 600% growth, usi time pe I thought ki ab to paise raise karne chahiye. Kyunki I can do it now, right? But the problem is my back end was not ready. Operationally, I was not prepared. वो जो questions पूछ रहे थे, उसके answers I didn't have. They were saying, what is your 2-year business plan? What is your 5-year business plan? How are you going to maintain profitability? How are you going to grow? How will you scale and then stay profitable? Who are your next 15 hires? I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, isn't it enough that I got from here to here? Yeah, आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा? But no, obviously it really matters what the future is. And that it was a huge learning curve for me. I think 2 years I spent just being coached and mentored by these amazing people in the industry. And that's when I started actually getting out there, talking to people. And by the way, up until now, I had not made a single founder content piece. Ki I am building Fix My Curls, blah, blah, blah. I would talk like I have curly hair and here's what I use to style my hair.
Right.
So my content was very different. My positioning was very different as a founder. I would never go to founder events. I would never go to mixers, networking. The first networking event I attended was 2023 October. And then after that, I didn't attend one till 2024 because I got so scared.
Why?
It was very overwhelming. People just start asking you कि आपकी revenue क्या है? And I'm like, आप तो अभी मुझसे मिले हो. आपको मतलब इससे क्या लेना देना कि मेरी revenue क्या है? But I think I didn't understand कि people are so like, they would ask you everything. अच्छा आप profitable हो? नहीं हो? अच्छा. Okay. Future के क्या plans हैं? I'm like, अरे आपको क्या लेना देना future का क्या है? But like, I think I didn't understand how to get out there and talk to founders.
How did you like build those products? So you were 19 years old. So how did you go about building this product?
See, by the time I launched, so I turned 20 technically. Launch के time पे तो I was 20.
Research and development.
Yeah. So as I told you, like the manufacturing had been in my family for a few years by the time I started, right? My mom built the manufacturing unit. We had a factory that was available to me. Technically, I could do sampling at 1/5 the cost that somebody else would do it.
Okay.
So that's where I saved a lot of time and effort, right? Today, we realize how hard it is because we work with multiple manufacturers. It's very difficult. So I mean, I had honestly the privilege to be able to just go to my own factory and say, "Ki, please, aap ye 5 products bana do. इस cost पे बनाओ, ये like use these ingredients and give it to me in 45 days.
Okay.
Versus if you go to someone else, they'll say 4 months लगेंगे. Let's start today, day 0, फिर बताएंगे आपको.
Okay.
अब वो भी they won't tell you what's actually inside the product.
Right.
They can, of course. You are on the outside of it. You are not a manufacturer, right? You are a buyer of it, of the product. They will tell you bare minimum what they have to tell you. There are many trade secrets that are not revealed. And that's also a problem, I mean, in the personal care industry is that once you find out actually 1 kg of a specific ingredient, how much it costs, you'll realize that some brands are not even putting it inside the product. I know all of these brands, but unfortunately, what can you do? They will still cross 100 crores in revenue.
Also, like you send your products to like 11 countries. So 11,
18 now.
18 now. Okay, great. Is that part of your strategy or they just find?
No, that's happening organically. Genuinely no strategy there as such. We're now starting to strategize how to go global and capture specific parts of the world. But previously, no. For the last 5-6 years, it's never been my focus. But the thing is, curl care is not available across the world. In many parts, curl care is still not found, or if it's there, it's either the brand doesn't have any credibility, they don't have great systems, they'll have some formulations, but बहुत ही महंगे होंगे. So we are at a good price also because we manufacture in India. So our first distributor was Malaysia, then it was Nepal. And these are all distributors who found us through Instagram DMs. So building social media was very important.
Yeah, great channel.
It was an amazing channel for us. Like it has been everything for us, to be honest.
So what all channels are there right now?
Oh my God. Every channel or every marketplace that has existed, we have been on it.
Okay.
So today, largest for us would be Amazon, Nykaa, Blinkit, our website. Then uske baad like Instamart, Swiggy, Instamart.
This is in terms of revenue, you're saying.
In terms of revenue today, yeah, the largest for us. But we're on everything. Tira, Purple, Myntra. We've been on all of the tinier marketplaces that are now today non-existent. We've been on every app you can think of.
When you had started, did you look at the market size and all? Is the market
No.
good enough? You just started to solve the problem? And
Yeah,
then-
I never looked at the market size.
Got it.
And that proved to be a problem later.
Yeah.
Because when it came to sitting in front of investors, the question was, how big is the market?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, like on average, 60% of the country. So see, it was hard. And then I had to find complementary markets that were pre-existing. For example, the hair oil market. Hair oil also solves for dry and frizzy hair. And a lot of people use Champi or hair oil as their first solution, right? And in India, it's a very popular solution. So at that time, the hair oil market in just the south of India, which is where predominantly curly hair comes from genetically, at least in our country, yes. It was a 6,000 crore market back in 2022. Yeah, 2022. So when I used that market, I told them that this is a complementary market to my market. Mine will, of course, not be this big, but you can imagine it's between 500 to 1,000 crores.
What is your average order value, Kuni?
So on the website, our average order value will be around 1,000 rupees versus on a marketplace, it will be between 600 and 800 rupees. So we've upped it on the website a little bit, of course, to make for our CAC, which right now is approximately 650 rupees on the website.
Okay.
Versus on a marketplace, CAC varies. We don't really even bother sitting and calculating it because it's a little bit difficult. But marketplaces, it's a game of scale. Because unfortunately, the investments that you have to put into marketplaces is very, very large today. So
And the lifetime value?
the lifetime value for customers. So if we look at it only on the website, it'll be approximately between 3,500 to 4,000 rupees. Our retention on the website is very, very low because we're spread out so thin. It's fallen. I mean, the second we were on QCOM, it fell. People moved. Pretty much from day zero, we announced that we are going to be on QCOM. People moved. At least our D2C consumers shifted. So we haven't really seen them since. It's very difficult to retain them because how do you beat 10-minute delivery with anything? I mean, you could give them a discount, you could give them anything, but if they really need the product, they will just buy it from Blinkit, which we're happy with. We won't stop them, but that's also why Blinkit has grown so fast for us. But it's purely distribution today. You could do anything, but if you're not available immediately, the customer is not going to buy. They will forget about you and move on.
I also wanted to understand, like, how do you forecast demand for your new launches? Because I think one time you had made a mistake or something and it kind of cost you.
See, today we can forecast demand just by talking to marketplace partners, going to them and saying कि हम ये product launch करने वाले हैं. Are you interested? इस category में, what is the CAGR? Like, how is it growing? Maybe even just month on month. They are very honest with you. If they don't like it, the product, or if they're like कि price आधा कर दो, they'll tell you that.
Okay.
And because they know, right? They know what's happening on the back end.
Right.
And they know what other brands are also launching.
Right.
So if they like you, they'll tell you, they'll be honest with you. So usually we go to them and if they say, ठीक है, we'll order 2,000 units, we'll order 4,000 units. Cool.
Okay.
At least we know कि इतने का तो bet में ले सकते हैं. But today, on average, the minimum order quantity, if you go to any supplier, will be at least 10,000
Right.
pieces. Okay. So if you are getting tubes, you need to get 10,000 tubes.
Right.
10,000 ke niche, you need to have like a personal relationship. Otherwise, it's not really possible. Even for us, it's 10,000 today. So I think I'll tell you about the days jab team as such nahi thi, where it was 3 people. And I still remember, I got a notice. It was a legal notice. And it was for one of the product names. So I had kept individual names for each of the products. I was a kid, right? So I never checked ki like, oh, names can be trademarked. In fact, it had been trademarked for I think 8 years prior. It was a very long trademark that they had taken and they had a whole brand with that name. So I was really infringing. So they sent me a 20 lakh notice and obviously I was a mess. Thankfully, my parents had experienced things like this. So they were like, let's get in touch with their lawyer and let's try to speak to the founder. I spoke to her. She was a really lovely person. I cried the whole time because I was like, I'm so sorry. But I had to tell her, I have 90 days of stock left and it's all printed. My business will die. If I have to do it today. So she was like, okay, I'll give you 90 days. But after that, you can never use that name again and I'll let it go. So thankfully, that's how that got sorted. But in the early days, something like this happens and you think, oh my God, I'd built my entire marketing around those names of the products. So our cleansing shampoo used to be called Squeaky. All our OG customers from back then know this. And they still search for these names. So they'll ask us, how can I buy Squeaky? Which size do you have it in? And I'm like, it's not called that anymore. Please don't call it that. That's also because it's a very lonely journey and nobody will understand why at 12 o'clock you want to reply to a customer or you want to do some research or your brain is lighting up at 12 in the night because they want you to party on a Tuesday. Let's go out for drinks. Well, you're going to have to say no to so many things. I think at the end of the day, grit wins over talent and even funding money. It's grit. It doesn't matter how much money you raise or how good your relationships are with people. But if you don't want to stick around, you're not going to be able to do it. So even I was telling them in the car that if you're coming into this thinking ki 12 months में ना ये revenue कर देंगे. Please don't come with this mindset, guys. Like, it's the most dangerous mindset I've seen that's being spread on the internet also, is that 12 to 24 months mein you will build something crazy. But my advice is to look at the background of the people who have built something in 12 to 24 months. Most likely they've come from Bain, McKinsey, some very impressive big four consulting place. They were taking away a lot of money. They have a lot of partners who support them with pre-revenue money, and they have contacts. I was a college student with no contacts except my parents. My parents were my biggest, best contact. And of course, they were doing their best, but I was building in a category they did not understand. They were like, we don't get this. We sell sunscreen. Curl care is a little too niche for us. You're going to have to figure out how to market this one yourself. And obviously, like, I don't know, all of you, you're building in like larger spaces. Obviously, you're not building in a niche like me. So maybe you'll find that you're slightly less bogged down than I am. For me, the biggest problem is TAM. People are constantly like, आपका TAM है ही नहीं, आपका TAM है ही नहीं, but मेरा है TAM. You need to believe it, yeah. It's fine. Like, look, in this room, there are 4 people, 4 maybe, including me, I guess 5 people who have textured hair, okay? Maybe they just don't know it yet, but they eventually will through my funnel. It will take me time to reach them, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's there, right? But I think people will constantly try to, the first thing they'll tell you is that the TAM isn't there, or that there's no merit in building this because there are other people in this business, right? Those other people might quit a few years in. So the point is you should be ready to stick it out. If you're here for a 12 to 24 month journey, maybe forget it. You're already like lessening your chances of success. I would say stick around. And that's what me and every single other founder I know, our plan is that we need to give it minimum a decade of our life. Minimum a decade.